All right. So much to talk about in the NFL.
So
Welcome back. Welcome back, buddy. It's been a while.
it has been a bit. How's it going?
Well, really bad. Really bad if you're a Steelers fan. Not that great if you're a Bills fan either. What is going on with the Bills?
Uh, I wish I could tell you. It's been a roller coaster. That is really the only way to describe this season. It's like when we're great, we're really great. And when we're bad, it's like abysmal. So
I figured they'd go undefeated or something.
you would think. And then we, have some ridiculous losses like to Jacksonville, to the Colts, even. It's just like things that's like, games we should have won. We just completely flopped, and it's been really hard. We've had some really big injuries or people on the COVID list. And, obviously we had a heartbreaking injury with Trey White getting hurt in New Orleans. So that was really, sad. That was a season ending injury. So it's been a roller coaster. It really has.
That's losing Tre'Davious White. That has to hurt.
It was terrible. And just watching it happen in person, like it hurt. It broke my heart too. Cause you just saw him come off the field and he threw his helmet down, and
They know.
you saw how angry he was, and he knew. And it's just, you couldn't help but feel so bad for him.
They know immediately sometimes. They know immediately that's a season-ending injury, and that has to be that has to be just so frustrating for a player to know that you're out for the season. That just stinks.
Yeah. And it's hard right now just because we're really like in the gauntlet right now, because it's like, we had the Saints for Thanksgiving. We have the Patriots coming up Monday night. We have Tampa coming up. Like, it's just, this is a very, very, hard stretch for us. So, that was a huge loss for us. So, we just got to really try to count on the next man up. We do have some people coming back this week. I know John Feliciano, he's coming back. He was back in practice this week. And then we got Star and Spencer Brown off of the COVID list this week. So that is huge, in terms of our offensive line and, having, some gusto back on the defense. But it's just, like I said, just like it's been really inconsistent and really hard to, get a groove going, especially on the offensive line. Oh my God, we've just been really, really struggling. Spencer Brown, even though he's a rookie, he has been such a huge impact for us, and it's like a significant difference when he's on the field. So I'm really excited. I really, really hope that he plays on Monday, because he's been one of my favorite people to watch. I don't know if you've seen him, but it's like he's just like a big grizzly bear that like goes after people, and it's really fun to watch. So
That's the thing. It's almost like the team that stays the healthiest is the ones that usually win. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I just can't. The Patriots are on top of the AFC East again. What is this? Turn back the clock day or something?
I don't know. It's been a pretty bitter subject up in Western New York, or just Bills fans across the country. But you know, I've been watching, kind of like the press coverage this week, and Sean McDermott keeps saying, first place, AFC East Patriots. So it's like he's really like drilling on that to let them know, like, hey guys, like this is important. We're not in first place right now. Like what was going on in the beginning of the season, that doesn't matter right now, because right now we're in second place. So he's really got everyone zoned in, which I think is really key. And it's like, I know we're a game behind, but it's like I've been looking, kind of like at the wins and losses that the Patriots have had. And some of them are just like, they're so close. It's not like they're like, they have a couple blowouts, but some of them are just like really close. I'm like, is it that big of a win? Like, am I that impressed by it? Not really. You know what I mean? And I think Mac Jones has been really, really overhyped. I think he's been, good. Like he's been average, but I don't think he's what, the main media is making him out to be, like the next Tom Brady and everything.
Right. God, the Patriots are on a 6-game winning streak. Yeah, I mean, they beat the Jets, big deal. The Chargers are okay. The Panthers suck.
Mhm.
The Browns aren't that good. The Falcons
Right.
suck, and the Titans are a mess too. So yeah, is it really that impressive? Yeah, who have they really beat that's that good? They lost to the Cowboys, they
Mhm.
lost to Tampa, they lost to New Orleans. So yeah, we'll see. But hey, two against the Bills, one in 3 weeks apart.
Yeah.
So we're gonna find out. And the first one is in New England. Crap.
Oh, the first one's actually in Buffalo. It's a Monday night game in Buffalo. So.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
looking at this
you're
wrong. You're right. You're
fine.
right.
But
You're
like
just like yeah.
Buffalo
You're
is
right. It's
super amped up. I'm gonna be at the game. I'm really excited. I'm gonna be sitting right in the end zone.
That's a
So
Monday night game, right?
it is. Yep, this
Oh
Monday coming up.
boy. Oh boy.
And it's gonna be really, really cold. So I'm like mentally trying to like prepare myself. I'm like, I need to wear a lot of layers. I need to have like my cool Bills hat that's like really warm.
What do you do? I mean, I've God, the coldest game I've ever been in is like low 30s, but it was super, super windy. But and I was so cold. Like, what do you do for a really cold weather game? How
You
do you
drink a
prepare for that?
lot of alcohol at the tailgate. You drink a lot of alcohol.
Amen,
Any Bill,
sister.
any Bills fan's gonna have the exact same answer. And you wear layers and you bring hand warmers, but you drink a lot of alcohol before you go into the stadium.
That must be the solution, because a lot of fans do that.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah. Yeah. So this wasn't the easy ride that we thought the Bills would have, but hey, they're still in it.
You're still in it.
They're still in it. So we'll see. Yeah, the NFL is just crazy this year. Right now, I'm looking at rankings, and they have the Patriots 5th and the Buffalo 6th in the whole league. So yeah, that's going to be a very, very interesting matchup. So we'll really, really looking forward to that. That's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about the NFL this year, is it's so unpredictable.
It's really any given Sunday, like teams that you're like, oh, this team's 100% going to win and blow that team out. And then it's the complete reverse. And it's
Right.
just like, oh my goodness, like it's mind boggling to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the number one team is considered the Packers, and they have Aaron Rodgers, who has all kinds of issues. He has COVID toe or some crap like that. He's sick. He's who knows what.
I don't know what's going on with him. He did okay for my fantasy team last week, so I'll give him that. Like,
so I have Aaron Rodgers on my fantasy team and Jalen Hurts. And okay. Hurts has been okay. I mean, the team sucks, but he's been okay fantasy wise. I decided last week to put Hurts in over Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers is going against the Rams, and the Rams have a good defense. So I figured, well, I'm not going to risk it. I'll put in Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts did nothing. He lost against the Giants and did nothing. And Aaron Rodgers had a great day against the Rams, and I ended up losing. I hate fantasy football.
It's been rough. It's been really rough. It's like either I do really, really great, or I have guys that get 0 points or like 3 points. And I'm like,
right.
Thanks.
I had that 1 week, a couple weeks ago, where Jonathan Taylor had 5 touchdowns. I went against him, but at the same time I had Eckler, who was going against the Steelers, and he scored like 4 touchdowns or something like that. So it's either your players get 50 points or 0. It's almost no in between.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And then the other like really, really good team is the Arizona Cardinals. Holy crap. They keep winning even without their best players. That is super impressive.
It is, definitely.
Heck yeah. Yeah, they haven't had Hopkins. They haven't had Kyler Murray, and they've still been great. So that's a very good team. And I guess Tampa would be considered the 3rd best. That's just, Tom Brady's disgusting, and the team's disgusting and
retire already. No, they've been doing great. I can't, I gotta give credit when it's due.
Tom
They
Brady.
just consistently find a way to get it done. So
Tom Brady isn't retiring for a long time.
no. I almost wonder if he's like a swamp witch or something, and like he like takes this potion to just like live forever. I'm convinced he has to be.
I heard he sucks the life force out of children or something like that. I believe that.
Well, he certainly probably did that to all the children in Buffalo because we grew up with really depressed childhood, watching him beat the Bills all the time. So maybe that's why.
That's it. I mean,
it has to be the only logical answer.
I'll bet he led to the depression rates of all of Upper New York.
Yeah, for sure.
The only actual football team in New York State.
That's right.
And then this is really annoying too. The Chiefs are good again. We had a few weeks of them being awful, and now they're good again. Oh, here we go again. It's gonna be.
I feel like they're a roller coaster too. That it's like, you're in different points of season. It's like, are you good? Are you not good? And it's like, I feel like some teams are starting to kind of figure them out a little bit, and they've added pieces and they've gotten better. So I think they've had definitely one of the more interesting seasons. So, they're like, are they on my radar? Yes, but not, quite as high as like other teams.
So the teams I've listed so far were all NFC teams, and the Chiefs are the number or the on the highest ranked AFC team. Then there's the Patriots, then there's the Bills, and then there's the Bengals.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it? Oh my goodness.
If you were gonna ask me who is gonna be like the best out of your division, like I had them at the bottom.
Yeah,
I really did.
I think before the season, I think they'd be like 6-11 or something like that. It's like, oh well, they'll do okay. They're an up and coming team, but they won't figure it out yet. No, they figured it out.
They figured it out. They absolutely did.
They put a beat down on the Steelers. Oh my goodness. Oh,
what's going on with the Steelers? Like, what's going on with you guys?
So many things. It's injuries. Their defensive line is all hurt, and their offensive line, well, it sucked all year and it never got any better. So if your offensive line sucks, your defensive line sucks. It doesn't matter what other players you have. You're not going to do anything. The lines are the most important things. And they just beat the Steelers so bad last week. People are having funerals for the Steelers. People like the older players are mad at the current players. Like, how can you do this? You're not even tough. You're not even trying. Like, oh boy, it is.
That's rough.
It's ugly. It's just so funny because Steelers fans are so spoiled. We're good every year, and that's not good enough.
Of course not.
People demand Super Bowls. If you don't win the Super Bowl every year, then fire the coach, fire everybody. Like, oh my goodness, people.
I feel like it's like every year, everyone's like, fire Mike Tomlin. I'm like, why? It's just people are ready to jump off a bridge. And it's like, even if you do win, it's like, well, it wasn't a good win. And I'm like, okay.
Exactly.
But we're the same way in Buffalo. Even if we win, sometimes it's like, oh, well, we played like crap. I'm like, okay, well, It's a win. Like, let's be happy about that.
Right.
Especially when they're just so hard to come by this season. Like I said, it's just like, even the really good teams still have, like 3 losses or so. So it's
right. A lot of fans are just in their own little bubble. And they think, oh my goodness, we lost to this team, or we didn't win, but we didn't play that well. We must be horrible. It's like, look around the league. The Jets beat the Titans. The Jaguars beat the Bills that one week. Like
Miami beat the Ravens.
Miami beat the Ravens. Like, it happens.
And the Patriots.
Yeah. It happens. It's an unpredictable league. I'm smart. I don't bet anymore. I've saved so much money by not betting on NFL
This is
games.
not a good betting season. I will say that fantasy wise, like you can kind of like gauge it a little bit better, but like I've done zero betting.
Yeah.
Just like
It's just so unpredictable. But yeah, good for the Bengals. Well, they really got it together.
mhm,
And then ranked 8th on here is the Cowboys. The Cowboys are still really good, even though they've lost. They've dealt with the wide receivers being hurt and concussion and
mhm.
all that stuff. But I'm still high on the Cowboys. I think they're really good.
I do too. I think they've been really consistent, even like you said, like through the injuries and everything like that. I think they said Cooper is supposed to come back. So we'll see how that goes for them. But my coworker's like a ginormous Cowboys fan. I'm like, you're a loser. But he has been, pretty excited this season, just to see them like actually doing good. Cause I know we make fun of that division every year that I'm like, oh, I wonder if who's gonna be at the top of the division with a losing record. So because it
I
was
know.
last
What
year,
a
it was just
garbage
so
division.
it was so pathetic last year. I'm like, the person who's winning the division doesn't even have a winning record. But they turned it around this year. I think they got like a COVID situation going on right now,
Yeah,
though, because I know like Coach
yeah.
McCarthy's got it and a couple other people. So, I'm hoping that, that's not like a trend across the league that, it's just going to be like outbreak, after outbreak on different teams. Because I remember that was definitely a pain in the butt for us last year when we played the Titans. Obviously they had an outbreak and then they're like, oh, it's okay, we'll still play. I'm like, I don't want to play if you have,
Right,
a plethora of
right. If I
people
was
sick.
hey, if I was on the Titans and I was playing the Bills, I would just pretend to cough. Every time I was like, it's like, you want to tackle that guy? No. Like, okay, hey,
No.
go score a touchdown. Just get away from me.
Right. Just run around me. It's fine. Like,
Yeah. I think every team is dealing with COVID issues. The Steelers have had a few players. Their TJ Watt has might be out with COVID this week. So it's it stinks. It stinks.
mhm.
Still an issue in football, and it's still an issue in real life. So
It definitely was an issue for our team. Like I said, our offensive line, like, oh my God. And our defensive line, not having star. So yeah, it's been rough with COVID for sure.
yeah. They have number 9 here, the Ravens. They're so impressive because it's basically a one-man team and he's still doing it. Lamar Jackson just put the entire team on his back and it's working.
Yeah, he has. And I will say I have on my fantasy team, I have Justin Tucker and I have Marquise Brown, and they've both been pretty solid for me this week, especially Marquise Brown. I think he's been having a really, really awesome
He's
season.
good. He's good.
He's,
Yeah.
had some, injuries here and there, but I think he's been pretty dependable for Lamar.
Yeah. Then they have the 49ers at 10 and the Rams at 11. Boy, the Rams, I think at one point they were the number 1 team, and they're just, I don't want to say they're falling apart, but they keep basically ever since they like went all in and got Von Miller and Odell Beckham, they haven't won.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Everyone's like, oh, it's the, Odell curse. I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, you would figure, like I said, like kind of like almost how the Browns were when they had like, signed like all these people, they had Jarvis Landry, Beckham. You're like, oh, Nick Chubb, and you're like, oh, well, they're phenomenal on paper. Like they got to go win a Super Bowl, and then it's like, results just didn't add up. So I feel like we're kind of seeing the same thing, with the Rams. So I think Matt Stafford, I think he's great.
I think he's okay. I think they're just trying, and I don't have a problem with Odell Beckham. I don't think he actually messes up a team or anything like that. I think they're just
I don't either.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to figure out how it all works and stuff. But yeah. And then you get into the really iffy teams, the Titans and the Colts and the Vikings and the Chargers and the Browns and the Raiders and even the Dolphins and the Broncos and Washington. Okay, that's a whole tier right there. All those teams, they could win or they could lose. You have no idea week to
No
week.
idea.
They're
right.
they're just so unpredictable. They're just so iffy. Yeah. And then
And then there's just some teams where like the Colts where it's like, the QB doesn't really have to do a lot. It's just hand the ball off or let everyone else, do their job and, it works out. So
I could be the quarterback of the Colts. I could hand off to Jonathan Taylor and then, give him a high five when he scores a touchdown. I could handle that job.
See, just hit up Frank Reich. Be like, hey man, like, just give Carson a break. Let me come in.
You know what my ultimate job in the NFL is? I want to be the guy on the field when there is a fumble and there's always someone that's pointing like it's our game, it's our ball.
Yeah,
that's my job. I want to have that job. I want to be the it's our ball guy. Or when there's a penalty and they're like I'm pointing to the other team, it's like it's on them, whether it is on them or not, I don't know, but I'm going to point to them. It's like it's on them. That's my ideal job in football. I don't want to get hit or anything like that. I just want to be I want to be the pointing guy. That's it.
I'll be honest, there's a couple times I kind of want to go in for running back for the Bills, feel like that might be all right.
They need a running back.
But I will say I've been really liking ever since we started incorporating Matt Breida. I think he's been doing pretty awesome stuff. His first game he got to play, we were playing the Jets, and right away, first drive of the game, he goes and scores. I'm like, that's a way to make a statement and, make the most out of your opportunities. So I feel like our running game has been struggling for a while, and we keep trying different things. We got Singletary, we got Moss, trying to work Breida in there, and it's like we just don't have a strong.
Is Breida the fullback, or is he or is he the single running back?
He's a running back.
Okay.
Well, he might. Yeah, I think we've been utilizing him as a running back.
Well,
but,
I think that's a big weakness of the Bills. Like, I think you need some kind of running, because you can't pass all the time, and you can't have Josh Allen run all the time.
Exactly.
You need to have the threat of a run at least.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And it's like there'll be some games where like, Singletary or Moss will have like really cool, really strong runs, but it's like I feel like they're really inconsistent and far and few in between. So that is one thing that, I wish we would beef up, hopefully in the off season somehow, whether that's, through free agency or maybe through the draft. I feel like that's just one area that like that and the offensive line to me are like the two biggest things that like we really got to focus on.
I remember around draft time, you were thinking about getting that ATN. It's a good thing you didn't get him. He got hurt, but I think that's the missing piece in the offense is a really good running back. You get a really good running back to help with the really good quarterback and the really good wide receiver, then you'll be set.
Yeah, for sure.
But my goodness, the AFC East is basically a 2-team race. The AFC West, everybody is over 500. Holy cow, that's impressive. Same with the AFC North. Funny thing is, people are declaring the death of the Steelers. They're in third place in the AFC North, and they're still at 500. It's people act like they're 0-11 or something like that. It's funny. It's funny, and then. Gosh, I mean, the Titans are just so. I don't know what to think. You think they would be really bad without Derrick Henry, and they're still winning. Mm-hmm. And the Colts are just so iffy. I don't know. And then they got those two, the Texans and the Jaguars, which are like, gee, that must be nice to have two really yeah. I was gonna say it must be really nice to have two really lousy teams. The FC East has one lousy team, the Jets.
Yeah.
Who are always lousy. That's wonderful.
Yeah. I know we kind of broke their QB system. It was like right after, we played them because Mike White was in the game, and then they're like, oh, it's gonna be Joe Flacco time. So we kind of broke the Jets.
Mike White had that one good game, and he could tell everybody for the rest of his life is like, yeah, I had that one good game in the NFL.
One good game.
Hey, it's one more than I've had. Good for you. Yeah, and like the NFC South, the Bucks, they have that. I mean, the Falcons, the Saints just fell apart. But then again, you don't have a quarterback. It's kind of hard to have a team.
And I know they've been kind of like on the fence of like, should we switch it up at QB now? We just played them on Thursday night, which that was a really, really fun game to be at. I kind of did miss Thanksgiving food, but like winning and being there in person and like having all the beignets and everything. I got to meet Josh Allen's parents. That was super fun.
Saw that. You met his
tailgate with them.
Oh, nice.
I did. Oh my God. They were so much fun.
That's so cool.
It made it worth it. I'm like, you know what? If I get to spend, Thanksgiving with Josh Allen's family, that's like pretty cool.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Fair. Yeah. I've just heard so many good things about New Orleans. Just so
much fun.
Oh yeah.
The food, there's so much to do. It was a little bit crazy in the streets though. Like we stayed like pretty much like right on Bourbon Street, which obviously is crazy, but it was like between like Bill's Mafia being there, like taking over. It was Bayou Classic weekend. Like it was just a lot going on, and it was just chaos everywhere, but it was really fun.
So lots of Bills fans made the trip.
Oh my gosh, yes. We actually had a parade on Wednesday, the first day we got there. It was all through the French Quarter. It was just the whole French Quarter was just like filled with people in blue. It was incredible. I'm like, I've never seen this many people in one place. And then we had a block party, and like I said, it was just the whole streets. It's just like all you saw was like Bills fans everywhere, and people have like videos, and there's people going through tables, and it was just like right at home. We made it home. We did. We had a shout song going. We're shouting the shout song in the streets. Like it was great.
You can't bring a table on the plane, so you got.
Don't ask me why I know that, but you can check a table.
You can bring a table.
And I brought and I had a big sign. I don't know how I ended up with it, but I had a really giant sign. There's some pictures with me on it on Twitter that said Mafia means family. That might break your table. That's a little and someone did get a picture of me with it, and we had our Mafia Babes flag, and somebody got a picture of it, so that was like funny. I did get yelled at, but I didn't listen. So okay.
Were you like was there like a section of Bills fans, or were they just all?
We were everywhere. And there was that one point where it was like, I think like the beginning of the fourth quarter where like a lot of the Saints fans kind of just left, and it was just us. And I had people text us like, hey, we can hear the shout song like on TV at home. You guys are that loud. We're like, yeah.
That's so cool. It's such a fun thing when the visiting team takes over a stadium.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of when you guys, was it the Chargers you were playing?
Yeah.
And you guys took over, and they even played Renegade, and I'm like,
right.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. So, all right. Well, we'll see. Whether good luck to the Bills.
Thank you so much. Good luck to you guys.
Yeah. We could find 1,000 leprechauns. We're not going to have any luck this year. I think we're done. I
hope Claypool is healthy. So I have Claypool as one of my wide receivers. I have him as my flex. So I hope he's okay.
Okay.
He's questionable right now. So what's going on with him?
I don't think he practiced today. Yeah, I think he has a foot problem. So yeah, he might be iffy. He's the one that pissed everybody off, because basically the criticism is that you guys are too soft, and then for some reason he said, I think we should play music at practice. I think that would really help. It's like, oh dude, you're just all the old people are really mad at us, and now you made them really mad by saying let's play music. So yeah, Claypool is really ticking people off.
Yeah, it's troubling if you got like the old guns like coming at you, like yikes.
It's funny. It's just all funny. Guys, whether your team wins or loses, relax. It's a game. Don't let I don't know how it is in New York, but when the Steelers win, everybody's happy the next day, and when the Steelers lose,
for sure,
everybody's miserable the next day. They're just in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Guys.
Exact same way up here. Maybe it's just like a Northeastern thing.
You know what I think it is? I think it is. I can't imagine them being all worked up about football in like Miami or Atlanta or something like that. I can't imagine that they have other things to do. Like, I don't know, they get to go outside.
Right. Because now it's like 30 degrees and it's cold.
I think it's freezing rain here. I'm not going outside. So
Absolutely not.
It's like a Dolphins fan is like, oh, we lost. Oh well, let's go to the beach, and then they're happy again. So
they literally did that when we came to play. It was like going towards like the end of the second. People are like, "Well, have a fun game." I'm like, "This is like your home opener, and you're leaving." They're like, "Yeah, we suck," and I was like, "Okay."
Oh,
I'm like, "It's week 2, but okay."
It's already over. Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, great to talk to you again.
Good to talk.
I'll check in again in a few weeks, and we'll see how crazy things have gotten then. And
yeah, we'll see how we do through, like I said, this really tough stretch. I hope we have some W's through it. But it's gonna be a tough couple weeks.
It's a big test, so we'll see.
Yes.
Please, come on, don't let the Patriots win the division again.
We can't.
Come on.
See, they can let me play. I will go.
Seriously, come on. This can't happen again.
I don't need the pads. I don't need any of that. I will just go in. I'll have liquid courage. Like, I'm ready. Just put me in.
Yeah, but you're a rugby player. You have no problem just knocking people out without pads.
It's fine. I don't care how tall they are. I'm like 4'11". I don't care. I'm gonna be so ready to run through a brick wall. If someone's like, "I need you to go protect Josh Allen," say less.
Done. Me, you, and his mom. We're done. He's protected.
Solid. That's the new line. Just add us in.
All right, buddy. Hey, thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you. Take care, Joey.
See you. Bye.
Bye.